we're all talking. No more talking, children, said Miss Brown. It's time for our field trip. It's time to go to the farm. Miss Brown said, get in the bus. Please do not push anyone. We are riding to go now. The children climbed into the bus. Away went the bus. It was a good day for the trip.
Good. Okay. Where are they going in this story?
To a farm.
How are they going?
In a bus.
In a bus. Who do you think Mrs. Brown is?
A teacher.
How do the children know it was time for the bus to leave?
Because Miss Brown told them that the bus was there.
Mrs. Brown told them, yes. Why do you think Mrs. Brown asked the children not to push anyone?
So there would not be no fighting.
Okay, so there wouldn't be any fighting, or all right, good. Before we go to the next story, let's see how I marked this one. You may have noticed that there were one or two unrehearsed errors here. There was a repetition on the fourth from bottom sentence on the word we, and I think there was one other one in there. But we're going to look just at the ones that are supposed to be there. For the word ready in the fourth from the bottom sentence, he said riding. I pronounced the word climbed for him. And in the last sentence, he said it was a good day for the trip rather than for a trip. That last error is a low-weighted, insignificant error. It's a miscue. The other two are high-weighted errors. So I have judged him to be instructional in word recognition. Comprehension, he answered all the questions correctly. So he still remains independent in comprehension. This next story, Deon, is about puppies. What can you tell me about puppies?
They're fun to play with, and they jump on you.
Good. All right, this story is called Maria's Puppies. Read it out loud to me.
Maria had 2 puppies. She thinks that puppies are fun to watch. The puppies' names are Sissy and Sally. Puppies are brown with their eyes closed. Their ears are closed too. This is why they use their smell and touch. After 2 weeks, puppies begin to open their eyes and ears. Most puppies can bark after 4 weeks. Maria knows that Sissy and Sally will grow up and be good pets.
Good. Okay. How many puppies does Maria have?
2.
What are the puppies' names?
Sissy and Sally.
Why do you think that Maria thinks puppies are fun to watch?
Because they like to run around you and jump on you.
Good, okay. What can puppies do after 4 weeks?
Bark.
At birth, puppies must use their sense of smell and touch. Why?
Because their ears and nose are closed.
Okay, good. Now, if you'll notice in the story that Deon read Sissy and Sassy as Sissy and Sally, which wasn't planned. However, when he answered the question, what are the puppies' names, he said Sissy and Sally. If this happens when you are doing the testing, this exact same thing happens, then what you do is you would count that answer as correct, because he identified the puppy as Sally and then answered the question following his identification. Let's look at the errors that he made. He said in the second line, he said wash for watch, brown for born in the 4th sentence. In the last sentence, there was another unrehearsed error. He said has for nose, but he self-corrected. And he said and for 2. So again, he had 2 significant word recognition errors. And his comprehension, so I judge him to be instructional in word recognition, and his comprehension remains at the independent level. What kind of shows do you like to watch on TV, Deon?
Nickelodeon and Disney Channel.
Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel? You like to watch sports on TV too?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This story is called Homework First. Go ahead and read it out loud
Marco
to me.
and his sister Teresa love to watch TV. The shows that like best are
Cartoons.
cartoons. Every day for school, they go out to play. Soon mother calls them to come in. It's time to do your
Homework.
She says when you've flash your homework, you can watch your cartoons. Mother
Promises.
Remember homework first. Marco and Teresa are happy with this. They do their homework. Now they are ready to watch the cartoon shows.
Good. Okay. What do Marco and Teresa do first when they come home to play?
Homework.
They do their homework? What did their mother promise them what did their mother promise them?
To do their homework first, then they can watch cartoons.
Good. What does promise mean?
When you tell when you give when you keep it a secret,
What kinds of shows do Marco and Teresa like to watch the most?
Cartoons.
Cartoons. Excuse me. Other than cartoons, what shows do you think Marco and Teresa watch?
Sports.
Sports? Okay, good. It was obvious in the word recognition that Deon made a number of significant word recognition errors without going over each one of them, and so I've judged him to be frustration level in word recognition. For comprehension, excuse me, if you look at the first question, he was supposed to have answered that one correctly. He answered it incorrectly. And the vocabulary question, he was supposed to have said, I don't know, but he answered the question correctly. So at any rate, his comprehension remains at the independent level. We'll count just one error. Because Deon has reached frustration in word recognition, this part of the testing is terminated. In order to further check on comprehension, I will have to go to the listening capacity format. That is, I will now read the stories to Deon, but I'll still ask him the questions about what he read. Deon, on this next part, I have some stories here.